When you're refactoring your Terraform code, you might be a little worried about breaking what's already running in production. Today, I'm going to show you a new feature in Terraform 1.1 that helps you with that exact problem. Hey, what's up everybody? It's Ned Bellavance, Ned1313 on Twitter, and welcome to Terraform Tuesday. Today we are going to be examining a new configuration block that was introduced with Terraform 1.1. It's called the moved configuration block, and it's going to help you if you want to refactor your Terraform code and you already have stuff that's deployed and running in production. Like, you don't want to break that stuff, right? So we're going to take a look at what the use cases are for the moved block. We'll walk through what you used to have to do and what you can do now, and also a few caveats about using the moved block in your code. But first, let's start off with what the use cases are behind this moved configuration block. Let's say you've been running your Terraform code in production for a while now, and it's grown and changed and evolved, and you're ready to start adding modules or refactoring the code that is running your production infrastructure. That's kind of important, right? So you can update the code and then you want to apply those changes to production, but ideally you don't want to break anything. You don't want to take a maintenance window. If you just want to move some resources into a module for organization purposes or to make it more reusable, you don't want that move of resources into a module to break or destroy anything that's running out in production. But that's something that can very realistically happen. What the moved configuration block does is it lets you put a block in your code that says the thing that used to be here, it's now over here. Not a big deal. I'm just letting you know, Terraform, that when you update your state data, the thing that used to have this resource address now has this other resource address. So that's the primary use case behind it. And it's really applied to two major things. First of all, if you have a running configuration today and you want to refactor your code a bit, move blocks are going to help you. The other major use case is if you publish modules to a registry and you want to change something about that module in a significant way, you can version that module and put a moved block in there so anybody using the previous version can gracefully upgrade to the new version without breaking anything that is relying on that module. So those are the two primary use cases behind the moved block. Now let's get into an actual example of how you would use the moved block by looking at a simple configuration, just an AWS VPC that we have set up in some Terraform code. So let's jump over to my screen and take a look at that. Okay, for this demonstration, we are going to be working in the 2021-12-14 move block directory. If you're looking for the code for this example, it's available on my repository on GitHub called Terraform Tuesdays. The link should be appearing right now, and it is down in the description. So let's go ahead and expand out this folder. And we've got two use cases here we're going to cover. The first one is moving your resources into a module. This is a fairly common thing to do as your configurations grow bigger. It helps you organize things and maybe make some of those modules reusable for other configurations out there. Now, in our case, let's first look at our main.tf file. In the main.tf file, what are we creating here? We're creating four resources. We've got our VPC, we have our internet gateway, we have a single subnet, and our default route that gets added to the main route table. So I've got four resources in here. These are the things that I'm creating. Now, when I create them, for instance, let's look at the VPC resource. The address for that resource is going to be aws_vpc.vpc once I create it. So let's go ahead and create this configuration by running Terraform apply against this code. So first I'll go into the directory, which is called module move, and we'll do a Terraform init to initialize the configuration. And then once that's complete, I'm simply going to run a Terraform auto apply to it. So let's wait for that. There we go. And now let's go ahead and run Terraform apply, and we'll do auto approve in there. There we go. Okay, so that is going to go out and provision these 4 resources. So let's give that a second and we'll dive back in when it is complete. Okay, the creation of our resources is complete. Let's go ahead and run a Terraform state, and we're going to list out the things that are in Terraform state. In Terraform state, we have 5 things. We have our data source for availability zones that's used by the subnet, and then we have our 4 resources. And these are the addresses that Terraform uses to refer to those resources. In fact, if we looked in the state data file, we would see an entry for each of these resources, which maps to the ID of that resource over in AWS. It's basically a mapping. That's all that's going on here. Now, let's say we wanted to refactor our configuration. Let me go ahead and hide the terminal there. Let's say we want to refactor this and take all these networking resources and put them into a module, maybe the VPC module. So what we will do is create this VPC module directory. And if we look at the main.tf file in here, we have variables we'll pass to this module. And then within the module, we're creating the same 4 resources: the VPC, the internet gateway, the default route, and the subnets. Okay, that's pretty straightforward. Let's go back to our main.tf file. And I'm going to go ahead and comment out the resources. So I'll just add a comment block here, and I will close it here. There we go. And I have my module block all set up and ready to go. So let's go ahead and remove the comments on the module block. And we can see I'm invoking the source is the VPC module. That's the directory that we've got going on. And I'm giving it all the same information that was used in the original creation of the resources. So let's go ahead and save this file, and I'll bring the terminal back up. Now let's run a Terraform plan and see what Terraform is intending to do. Now what I know is going to happen is Terraform is going to see that it helps if I run Terraform init first because we've added a module. Don't forget to run Terraform init. There we go. All right, now when I run Terraform plan, what it's going to do is it's going to see, hey, you just deleted 4 resources out of your configuration. So I'm going to destroy those 4 resources. And I see you've added a module. So I'm going to create all the resources in the module. Terraform has no idea that my intention is to move the existing resources to a module. So since I can't tell it that directly, I can't speak to Terraform and let it know, it's going to destroy what I already have and recreate it using what's in the module. That's bad if you have stuff running on those subnets or that subnet in that VPC. You don't want that to happen, right? Now, the old way to get around this, the old way to fix this was to run a command called Terraform state move. So let's talk about that command and what it does for a moment. The Terraform state MV or move command does exactly what it sounds. It takes something that you have in your state data already and moves it to a different address in that state data, or it could be a different state file data. You can actually move it between state data locations, but let's just leave it to one state data location right now. So one thing that I could do is I could take the address of the original resource and do a Terraform state move to move it to the address of the updated resource. And if we go back and take a look at what it's telling us it's going to do in the Terraform plan, for instance, it says it's going to create a resource module.vpc.aws_vpc.vpc. That's the new VPC. But what we want to do is move the existing one that was at aws_vpc.vpc to this new address. So I could run a command that says exactly that. And Terraform will update the state data. And then when we run our Terraform plan, it'll say no changes are necessary because everything is as it should be. Now that was fine, but it wasn't ideal because if you deploy your infrastructure using an automated process, this is something you would have to step in and do manually. And a manual change is always a little bit scary. And if you had multiple Terraform workspaces, also not great because now you have to run this command for every workspace that's under management. Plus, you don't know everyone that's using the code. So if somebody else is using the same code in their environment, you don't even know about that. So you're now making a breaking change if they're using the same code. The alternative is to add something to the code that makes this change instead, and that will make it universal, and now it can go through automation. That thing that we're using is a moved block. What's in a moved block? Let's examine that. The moved configuration block is pretty simple. It's a block, so it starts with the moved keyword, and then it has two curly braces. And then within it, it has two entries. From, which is the address where the item was, and then to, which is the address you want to move it to. Let's look at an example in our configuration. So if I shrink the terminal down there, here's my updated moved blocks. And let's just take a look. Well, let's remove the comment first before I forget to do that. If we look at the first one, moved from AWS_VPC.VPC, that was the original address for my resource, and the new address is module.vpc.aws_VPC.VPC. By running the plan, I know what that new address is going to be, and now I've added a moved block to match it. And then I added 3 more moved blocks to match each of those other resources that were removed and created by the module. Now that I have those move blocks in there, let's go ahead and bring up the terminal again and run Terraform plan another time. And let's see what it comes back with. What it should say is that there's nothing to change. Everything, well, it won't say that there's nothing to change. It's going to tell us that there is nothing to add, nothing to change, and nothing to destroy. And usually it would say, hey, infrastructure up to date, nothing to do. But it does have something to do. Let's scroll up a little bit. Now it says that the resource has moved to a new location. It's not going to change anything about the target resource, but it's going to update the state data to reflect that. So let's go ahead and run a Terraform apply auto approve, and it's now going to update the state data without touching our remote resources that are in AWS. There we go. Apply is now complete. It's updated that information in the state data. If we run a Terraform state list, now we can see that all the entries have been updated to the new address. So that is how the move block works when you want to refactor your existing code into a module. There is another case where you can use it, and that is to rename an existing resource because you're changing the name or because you want to make multiples of that resource. So let's take a quick look at that example now. Let's take a look at what's in our for each directory. So I'm going to go ahead and open up the for each directory, and we'll take a look at the main here. Now let's say I'm basically doing the same thing I was doing before. I am creating a VPC, and within that VPC, I am going to create an internet gateway, a default route, and a single subnet. I have that all set up. So if I go ahead and deploy that, it's going to set it all up for me. But let's say at some later time, I decide I want to create multiple subnets, and I want to do that using a for each argument, but I don't want to lose my original subnet. How might I handle that with moved blocks? Well, the first thing I could do is add a new resource, an updated resource block that uses the for each meta argument. So let's first comment out this old AWS subnet resource block. There we go. And we'll remove the comments for this resource block. There we go. So I have the for each meta argument in there, and I'm using a local.subnets value. Let's take a look at what that is. And local.subnets is simply a list of subnet CIDR blocks that I want to use. Okay, no big deal there. I have to turn that into a set for very specific reasons that if you go and look at the README for this, it'll explain why it has to be a set. And then we are going to use the existing VPC, and the CIDR block will be the value in each of the items in my list. That's what we can do. Now, if I simply did this and didn't have a moved block, we'd have a big problem here because it would destroy my original subnet and then recreate it as part of this for each loop. In order to avoid that, what we are doing is we're adding a moved block here. Moved is the original address, which is AWS_subnet.subnet, and then 2 is the updated address, which is basically the same, except now since we're using a for each loop, I need to refer to a specific instance in the collection of subnets that are created, and you do that by the value or the key. In this case, is the subnet CIDR block value that I submitted as the set. So I'm just making sure that it maps properly. So if you run through this as well, you'll see that it simply moves the address in the state data without destroying the subnet, and it creates the additional 2 subnets that we want. Pretty slick, right? So those are 2 potential uses for the moved block. There is one caveat that I want to discuss about the moved block before I close out. When I was originally setting up this demo, I thought to myself, okay, I'm going to set up a VPC using all of its components, and then I'm going to migrate to the official VPC Terraform module on the registry. And that would make sense. That's a natural progression. I didn't know the module existed, so I created my own. Oh, there's this publicly available module. I'm going to go use that. I'll use moved blocks. And then I ran into a problem. Terraform won't let you do that. The moved blocks will only allow you to move resources within the same module package. A module package is the root module and any child modules that are in the directory structure of that root module. So you can create a child module like we did in the first example and move stuff into that, but you can't invoke a remote module and that's pulled down from a registry and move your resources to there. The move blocks won't let you do it. Exactly why? I don't know, but it was a bit of a surprise to me, and it might be a surprise to you. So just fair warning, it won't let you do it that way. If you do want to move to a module that's on a registry instead of what you have locally, you're going to have to use those Terraform state move commands. All right, in this video, we covered the moved configuration block that is brand new in Terraform 1.1. Definitely check out the README that accompanies this, and I'm going to write it as a blog post on my blog. You can find that at nedinthecloud.com, so you can follow along there, or you can try out the examples for yourself to see how the moved block works. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate every single one of you. If you want to subscribe, that is awesome. If you want to let a friend know, that is even more awesome. And if you're interested in getting certified for the Terraform Associate Cert, I have my study guide included down in the description. That'll do it for me for today. As always, thank you for watching. Stay healthy, stay safe out there. Bye for now. You may have noticed that my surroundings have changed a little bit, a little updated, a little upgraded, maybe even. I did flip around my office 180 degrees, added some lighting, and I got a brand new camera. So I look a little sharper, a little crisper. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but it is what it is. And I also have a new audio device. I'm going through a Rodecaster Pro. So lots of fun upgrades for me. Thank you again for watching. Subscribe, like, all that kind of stuff. Take care.